Welcome back to the D&D Talk Wrestling Weekly Rewind.
Where we'll go through this past week's events in the ring, and then we'll hit outside of the ropes for some news outside of the ring. So we got, stay tuned for some of the news that we have on hand here. We have a WWE superstar expected to miss some time due to a movie opportunity. TNA signs a new superstar, and a somber little trip that the wrestling world experienced a loss. So,
before we get into the Weekly Rewind, it is good having you back.
Isn't it? It feels good to be back.
It was. I'm not gonna lie, it was weird.
It was. I
didn't like it.
Whole last week was thrown off. For those of you who didn't know, I was pretty sick.
He's
I was pretty
transitioning.
down.
Oh,
I was just. Yeah, I am actually. Yeah, that was a rough one.
I know.
Have not been down like that in a long time. My replacement though.
There's comments about him. Don't worry.
Absolutely adorable.
There's comments about him.
Unfortunately, now I dropped the cuteness level of the episode, but I do add, however, the ability to speak. So it's a little give and take, but we'll roll with it.
Yeah, there's nobody here to tell me my views are horrendous.
Oh,
or there wasn't at least.
Oh, Oh, that's me, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
when you tell me my views are, my thoughts are terrible sometimes.
I've never said your thoughts are terrible.
Not on camera. Let's
or to your face.
Or exactly. I've got to hear from other people.
I just hear voices in my head sometimes.
Here we go.
I'm back. You missed me. I don't know why.
I don't know if everybody did or not. Probably. So we'll start from Dynamite from last week. Dynamite started with Ricochet versus Mark Briscoe. Mark Briscoe won with a reverse pin because Ricochet tried to put his foot on the ropes. Briscoe turned it around. It was an alright match. That was funny because the whole thing with Ricochet and AEW is they do like a "you're bald" chant. But he's like, he's bald too. Why you guys aren't picking on him? And they're like, no, you're bald. It was kind of funny. Next was the Young Bucks versus Speedball Mike Bailey and Kevin Knight.
Before you go on, though, I would never make jokes about people being bald.
I don't know. I would never make jokes about people having the flu for 2 weeks, and
I don't know if I had the flu or not.
I don't know if you had the flu. You probably had COVID.
No, I didn't.
You probably brought it back.
I didn't have COVID.
COVID 25.
No, I haven't eaten a bat in a while.
Next was the Young Bucks and Speedball Mike Bailey versus the Young Bucks versus Speedball Mike Bailey and Kevin Knight. See, this is what happens. This is what we do.
Yeah.
The Young Bucks hit Knight with the EVP trigger to get the win. After that was my favorite segment on Dynamite anymore. The MJF trying to get into the Hurt Syndicate. So last week 2 weeks ago it was he brought the women out and he gave Shelton Benjamin a watch. So this week Shelton Benjamin is like, you know what? I'm going to give you an up, but I'm still going to watch. You're still not whatever. You're still going to be behind everything. Obviously MVP gave the up. Lashley was about to give the down, but MJF was like, whoa. He's like, you see the vet that I came in? He's like, that's yours. You can have it if you give me the up. So they go in the back. They're looking at the car. Shelton Benjamin, Bobby Lashley get in the Corvette. They're about to drive off, and MJF's like, whoa. Like, you're supposed to give me the thumbs up. Of course, Lashley thumbs down and then drives off. There was tweets later on, too, because he was like, MJF was like, the cop said he was speeding, he ran this light, he ran that light, and it all came back to me, and he was like, there's nothing I could do about it because I don't want to say anything. Next was Will Ospreay and Brody King versus Konosuke Takeshita and Josh Alexander. Josh Alexander won with a C4 spike on the Brody King. And then to end off Dynamite, seemed like a quick show. It was only 4 matches. That was kind of weird. End off Dynamite, we had the Women's Owen Hart Foundation Tournament. I believe it's the semifinals because then they should be going to the finals. It's Chris Statlander versus Jamie Hayter. Hayter advances to the finals after hitting the Haterade, which is still like... I love the name of it. It's just a lariat, but the Haterade is just a cool name. That ended Dynamite for last week. So we can go into SmackDown, and I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of weird reading off the WWE stuff. I was like, this is odd. I don't know why. Like I watched it, but it just felt weird. I felt like I was betraying you.
I don't know. I think you did a good job. I didn't watch the video though.
I felt like I was cheating. I was I can't be doing this.
I watched. I supported you.
I mean, I gave myself the view, so
I support.
I gave myself the one dislike on the video, so it's fine.
It's just like tag team wrestling. You know what I mean?
There's always the Jannetty. Oh. Not saying you're the Jannetty.
I'll go lick doorknobs I'll get sick again. Let's see. Let's see if you can carry this.
Be all right.
You probably.
I
probably could.
I'd bring random people in just to sit here and so they can just talk.
You could always bring our meatball in.
No, I'll bring our big oos in. Not the big meatball, the big oos.
You have options. Look at that.
Let's make Mo sit. Let's make Mo sit here.
I'm gone for 1 week and you already have a bunch of different options.
Make Mo sit here. I'll get the women's view.
No, yeah. Well, if you want women's views, guess what, buddy? You're not getting it with me.
That's what I mean. We got to get Mo in here.
All right, so let's move on to SmackDown, shall we? SmackDown, we start off with a Cena promo. Makes his way into the ring. I kind of like this whole shtick that he's doing with making the announcer re-announce.
Yeah, read the paper.
Yeah. I do.
Because even the announcer's like, I was mistaken. Let me reiterate what I said.
He's just going on his typical spiel about, wrestling and how it's his now and yada, yada, yada. Or it ends up coming out again and they go into the whole thing about kids.
That was funny.
Yeah.
He's like, you need kids, man. Chill out, man.
I do like how Cena was like playing it off like I was doing a better job raising everybody's kids than you guys were raising your kids. That was
kind of funny.
Man, like everything that Cena says is you just think about his entire career and you think
and you're like, he's kind of right.
He's kind of right.
Yeah. Like everything that he's done, you're like, he's making sense.
He makes a lot of sense. The whole segment ends up ending. Cena tries to attack Orton with the belt. Orton ducks out of the way and gets him with the RKO. So that's the second time in a row now that Orton has one up on him.
I feel like we know where it's going to go, though, because it's the same thing that happened. Cody did the same thing to him.
Yeah. I feel like Cena's going to go over on this one.
Yeah.
You know what? Like, I wouldn't even mind if this was the end of Cena's career. Just, like, a big feud with Orton. Like, back and forth. Yeah, that would be kind of cool,
for the full... Although, I mean, he could have a good feud with Punk, too, for the end of his career.
He just does it on purpose just to get Orton to get his title coming up.
No, whoever, wherever the pay-per-view is, the PLE is, whoever hometown it is, that's who he feuds with.
I mean, that's not a bad...
That would be kind of cool.
That would be kind of cool. It'll just get him, like, extra heat.
Yeah.
Not that he needs it, but... next we have Los Garza versus Fraxium making their main roster debut. Fraxium ends up getting the win after Frazier hits a Phoenix Splash, so... I love them as a team.
Yeah, they're a really good team.
They're such a good team.
There was rumors that Axiom was going to come out as A-Kid, and I'm kind of glad he didn't. Because there was the whole, like, running bit in NXT that, like, they made fun of that name.
A-Kid?
Because A-Kid's on the Heritage Cup. And I don't remember who was carrying it at the time, but they're, like, going through the names, and they're like Axiom's on screen, they're like, A-Kid, that's a dumb name. Who is that? And you just see Axiom, like... You could see him, like, put his shoulders down because obviously you can't see his face with the mask on, but you're like, oh, okay.
So next up, we had a little, what do you want to say, a little segment in the ring with Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill, which ended up leading to a match. Naomi interferes, attacking Jade, causing a DQ. So your winner of the match is Jade Cargill, but maybe this is to set up Tiffany's next opponent.
Did you see all the tweets after that match? Everyone's like, her hair grew so quick. How did her hair grow so fast? Come on, guys. Like, what's going on here?
She's like a real-life chia pet.
She really is.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you. I'm not necessarily excited to see Tiffany and Jade.
No.
I really hope that it's not something to end up putting the belt on Jade this quickly.
I hope not.
I mean, she's made a lot of progress, but at this point, I don't...
She has gotten better, especially from her AEW days, but I don't know. I don't see it. It's not there.
Yeah, I think Tiffany deserves this long title run. After the match, Naomi ends up just attacking, brutalizing Cargill, and out of nowhere, Nia Jax hits the ring and attacks Stratton and imposes with the belt. So, the playoff of what I've just said, that I hope that it's not like a Tiffany versus Jade. I really hope it's not a Nia versus Stratton thing.
The little backstage thing was really weird, too, because Naomi's like, just stay out of my way. And I was like, why do her eyes look like psychotic? Because I'm like, when they're talking in the back, I was like, are we getting a female bloodline right now? That would be cool.
A floodline.
What the fuck?
That's what
I take it back.
Okay. I mean, I guess we're due for the whole Stratton versus Nia Jax thing, considering what happened.
Did she even get a rematch?
I don't recall.
I don't remember either.
You like recall?
I like recall.
I don't recall it. Ricola. All right, so next we have Jacob's little promo that he had in the ring.
That was a good one, too.
That was a pretty good
Except
one.
everyone's like, why is he wearing the jersey backwards? I'm like, you guys are dumb. Like,
Just leave him. It's Jacob. He can do whatever he wants.
First of all, I'm not going to tell him.
No, I'm not telling him either.
I did like how he came out with the belt, like, on his neck.
Yeah. Yes. 100%. I love just Jacob.
Yeah.
His aura.
Aura?
Yeah, that word. That's the word I was thinking of. And I just couldn't say. His aura altogether is just...
Yeah.
Awesome. Eventually, LA Knight comes out, tells Jacob that he wants his rematch. Drew's music hits, and he comes out saying that he starts going into that he wanted to challenge Cena, but already beat him to it. Says he wants to fight the baddest dog in the yard. Tells Jacob he wants to fight him. So Nick Aldis comes and says that number one contenders match for tonight between LA Knight and Drew. Which... At the time, I know who I wanted to win that match.
Right. It's just, I don't know, it was weird that, like...
It's weird that Drew just went from the world, like, the championship, and then now he's, like, challenging for the smaller
But then he was like, I wanted to challenge Cena, but Orton took it, so I'm going to challenge the biggest dog on the yard. Like, you just were going to, so but you're saying, you were just going to challenge Cena, but now you're saying the biggest dog on the yard? Like, make your mind up.
Next, we go into the Women's U.S. Championship match. Chelsea Green versus Zelina Vega. Vega hits the code red on green for the win. And
I can't believe this.
Your new United States Women's Champion.
I could not believe
Zelina
this.
Vega.
That was crazy.
I couldn't believe that she won.
That's her first singles title. Unless you want to count, like, Queen of the Ring.
No. I mean, I'm not mad about it.
No, I'm not mad about it at all.
Chelsea did a fantastic job, but... Zelina's so good, and I don't think she's ever really gotten that opportunity.
This could be the push for Chelsea to go for Tiffany.
I would be okay with that.
I'd be all right with that.
Chelsea is at that level. I mean,
I feel like they put that belt on her just to see like how would you do with it.
Yeah, I agree 100%, and I agree that Zelina gets her opportunity now to shine a little bit. Chelsea gets to move on up the card, kind of like what happened with Gunther.
Yeah.
He shined with the IC title.
It's always been hey, we're going to put the mid card or the tag titles on you to see how you do. Unfortunately, the women never had that. It was just, hey, we're if you don't work out with the main title, 2 weeks later it's off.
Well, now we're going to see firsthand
how she does.
I'll take it, though. I'll take that every day of the week. Next segment that we had up was Miz was in the ring doing a little talking, a little spiel.
But beforehand, when he gave Carmelo the Andre the Giant medallion. What are you doing?
I love Miz. I mean, I know you're not the biggest Miz fan.
I don't know. It's so weird that I was when he was like on MTV, and now I'm just not. I don't know.
Because you seem like the guy who would like MTV.
What the fuck is that supposed to mean? Keep going. Let's go. What happened? I knew what was going to happen as soon as I saw Miz in all white, and I was like, this is where it happened.
The lights end up going out, and we have Aleister Black's return.
Regular, old music, old entrance. I'm hyped.
Yes, I'm so glad you got to keep the old music.
The words sounded different, but I don't think they were. I was trying to listen, but as soon as I saw him, I was like, oh man, we're getting the old entrance back. I was ready for it. Mm-hmm. You can see too, because Miz is talking. You see them in the audience. They must have been rolling out the whole whatever, with the candles and the thing. You see everybody looking. They're like, "What's going on back there?" And I'm like, "Oh, this is it."
And the funny thing is that Aleister still wears that contact.
He's still from they're saying 8 years ago or something.
He's the best worker in the business.
It's the longest story ever.
He's selling that eye injury from 5+ years ago.
I want to say it was like a COVID injury. He's selling it for a long time.
All right, so next up we have the United States Championship number one contender match. LA Knight versus Drew McIntyre. Priest ends up interfering in the match and causes a DQ for Drew, so Drew ends up winning the match.
Does he have... I didn't hear anybody say that he's the number one contender, though.
I mean, I would assume,
because the rumor I'm seeing is it's going to be a fatal 4-way.
Jacob's going to clear the house.
Oh my god, yeah. That would be... To see him in a fatal 4-way, that would be phenomenal.
He would just be causing havoc.
Yeah, he would.
Speaking of causing havoc, after the match, Priest and Drew ends up fighting between each other, and Jacob ends up showing up. Drew gets out of dodge pretty quickly, and Jacob ends up taking out Priest and LA Knight.
Jacob's an animal.
He is an animal.
When he gets a world title, it's gonna be. I love when he does that too.
Oh, y'all! When he
gets a world title, that's gonna be great.
I can't believe how over he is.
For he hasn't even been there a year.
I know.
Has it even been? It's probably been 6 months.
And he's literally one of the most popular people on the roster, hands down. All right.
Vince Moore was afraid to bring him in. Give me a break.
Oh, just because he had a little bit of a past. He was 18 when he got arrested.
Break.
He was 18.
I didn't. So,
can you imagine right now if me and you got judged for shit that we did when we were 18?
Jesus Christ. This wouldn't be here.
I get judged enough for shit I do now. And I don't even do anything now. When I'm 18 years old.
Yeah, let's not have that conversation right now.
Jeez.
That won't be a good talk.
All right, so to finish out tonight on SmackDown, tonight.
LA tonight.
That's LA Knight's brother. Tonight. DA Knight. Yeah. Close family.
Where's he from? Delaware.
DA.
The DA Delaware? No, DE's Delaware.
Yeah.
There's no DA.
No, we can make one up though. Dallas.
There you go.
Dallas Knight. Yeah. Which Dallas though? This one?
I was just gonna say what Dallas.
The Texas one.
It's probably the Texas one.
Yeah.
I don't know about this one.
No, this one is no. Sometimes people smell like sheep there. Anyways, we're going to go into the last match of the night. We have the WWE Tag Team Championship TLC match. The Street Profits versus DIY versus Motor City Machine Guns. Winners of the match and still your WWE Tag Team Champions, the Street Profits.
That was a crazy match.
That was a very, very good match.
Bully Ray went on Twitter afterwards and said that match can go up against the first TLC match as one of the best TLC matches.
I mean, look at the teams though. Look at how good they are. The Profits have always been in our generation at least.
Oh God, yeah.
One of the best tag teams.
When Tez took the guy's fake leg and was beating Gargano with it.
I mean, and then DIY absolutely loved them, and Motor City Machine Guns.
Oh my God!
One of the best of all time.
When you think of TNA, you think of the Machine Guns.
But WWE wise, the Profits, I think you have 3 tag teams when you think of the greatest tag teams
100%.
in our generation, and it's New Day, Profits, and Usos.
100%. That semi-spear that Dawkins did who was hanging? Gargano? No. I can't remember who was hanging from the belts. No, it was Gargano because the Machine Guns took the ladder, and then when he kind of speared him and through those tables. That match was amazing. And to go commercial free, I was worried because when they did the number one contender match, I'm like, this isn't going to be enough time. You're going to give them a half hour. Even a half hour commercial free didn't feel like enough time. But watching that match, I was like, oh, now I see.
They just knew they had to get all their spots.
They were just they were. I could see them all in the 6 in the back going, they didn't put us on WrestleMania. Let's show them what they're missing out on. Yeah. Because that was a crazy match.
They should have been on WrestleMania.
They should have been on WrestleMania. That match was better than the War Raiders New Day match, 100%.
Yeah.
It should have swapped.
Oh, 1,000,000,000,000,000%.
Yeah. I mean, we wouldn't get the fake leg, but we'd get everything else.
Who knows? There might have been one-legged person at WrestleMania.
Maybe Zach Gowen was there. We don't know.
He could have been.
He could have been there. Maybe he was in the back.
Hey, he could have just had Stone Cold jump on the ATV. He could have taken someone's leg off.
That's fucking that lady. We'll get into that again, I guess.
All right, so how about we move on to...
So we'll go to Collision, which I like when they do special names for certain. Like last week they did Spring Breakthrough because it was...
Spring Break?
Well, Spring Break, but it was also...
sense.
They were breaking through Nitro's time on TNT. This week, because they were after the NBA playoffs, it's AEW Collision Playoff Palooza. I like when they throw the random names in there like that.
Well, Tony Khan is very open-minded.
Very open-minded. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, usually that's...
So first we had Swerve Strickland versus Blake Christian. Swerve won with a neck breaker on the apron on the outside, rolled him in, got the pin.
Rolled him in, got the pin. Look at that.
Got the pin. Look at that. I'm like that guy we watched on TikTok before.
You got bars, don't you?
Yeah, I got Hershey. I got Gertrude Hawkins candy bars downstairs.
Look at that. Yeah, bars on bars.
Next was Toni Storm versus Queen Aminata in an AEW Women's World Championship Eliminator match.
I love Toni Storm.
Yeah. She was on What's that TMC? It was on like the TMC red carpet for like whatever. I was like, this is great. Like I love when she does
her promos are probably my favorite right now.
Storm won with the Storm Zero, which Storm Zero is a great finishing move too. Next, shockingly, I didn't think this was coming back, was a Max Caster Open Challenge. I thought at that pay-per-view it would have been over, but I guess not. Hologram answered it, won with the Portal Bomb. Another quick squash match. Next was Top Flight, Dante and Darius Martin versus the Crew of Action Andretti and Leo Rush in a tornado tag match. I like the name The Crew. I don't know, and it's just CRU. I don't know why. It's just kind of cool.
Just makes me think of the video game.
Oh, I forgot about that game.
Crew.
The Crew.
Yeah. Obviously, it's the same name.
It's not spelled the same way.
I know it's not spelled.
They're on like 4. Are they on like 4 or 5 now, I think?
It's hard to look at you because every time I do, I'm just reading your sleeve every time.
It's weird that he has this on here when all he does is spew hatred anymore.
He talks. I'll do my promo on Cena.
That's fine because I don't know if I might have 1 or 2. I definitely have 1 promo, but I might have 2. But I might let it go. Regardless, the Crew got the win after Top Flight knocked Layla Gray, their manager, off the apron and got distracted. Next, we had the returning Anna Jay versus local talent Taylor Gainey. Obviously, Anna Jay won because of the squash match. Next, for the Ring of Honor World Title, Bandito versus Jurlistico. Who I think Jurlistico is... Who's the guy that used to come out, the luchador in WWE? He would come out and like spring over the top rope. Sin Cara. The masks look very similar. I don't know. He might be like Sin Cara.
There was 2 Sin Caras.
There was 2 Sin Caras, yeah.
Because the first one botched way too much.
Way too much. Yeah, it was bad. Too much. Bandito retained the title after hitting the 21 plex. Next was another little squash match of Roosh versus AR Fox. Roosh won with the running knee strike, which he needs to change. The finisher's called if you mess with the bull, you get the horns. That's too long of a name. Shorten it down a little bit.
What if you mess with the horns, you get the bull?
That's still too long, though. You gotta take it down just a little bit. Next, we had Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong, the Paragon, which I don't like that name. I don't know. It just doesn't.
I'm just thinking of a new name for that.
First, FTR of Cash and Dax. FTR won with a spike pile driver on O'Reilly. They're on this little heel kick now. But that ended Collision Playoff Palooza for the week. There was TNA had a pay-per-view on Sunday, TNA Impact Rebellion. There was a couple NXT people that showed up. So it was the TNA Knockout Tag Team Championship Fatal 4-Way of Ash and Heather by Elegance, who one of them is Dana Brooke. Is that her name?
Ash. It's Dana, yeah.
Dana Brooke, right? I don't know who the other one is. Jody Threat and Dana Luna, who go by Spitfire as a team name, which is a cool tag team name.
Spitfire. Sounds like a Transformer.
It kind of does sound like a Transformer. Against Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson and Gigi Dolan and Tatum Paxley.
I love that team, by the way.
Gigi and Tatum?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ash and Heather by Elegance won the match to retain their titles. Also for the TNA World Championship, there was a triple threat match. A triple threat match. There was a nipple threat match. Again, it was Joe Hendry.
This one's staying in.
That's fine. That's staying in. Joe Hendry versus Frankie Kazarian versus Ethan Page. Hendry retained, but after the match, Trick Williams came out, attacked him from behind, hit him with a spin kick from what Hendry said last week on NXT. And then Michaels put out a tweet saying, hey, Joe, if you want to come to NXT and talk about it, you can come to NXT. So we'll talk about that at the end because he did show up. But that was the 2 things from Rebellion that I noticed. They did defend that new title, the blue leather. That looks really cool.
I like
the I think they call it the international title.
I like different color leather.
I like different color leather. Well, pause.
Oh.
But
wrong podcast.
That's the paid podcast. Let's get into Raw and see what happened on Raw. Because there's a rumor I heard this morning about something that happened on Raw, and I pray to God it's not true.
Oh.
I pray to God it's not true. I'm going to bring it up when we talk about it.
There's never rumors in wrestling.
God, I hope this one isn't true. Most of them I'm okay with, but if this one happens...
You're going to breathe?
It's not going to be cool. It's not going to be fun.
Why are you talking... It sounds like you're talking into a microphone.
We're going to have microphones pretty soon.
Oh, can we get to one that comes down?
No, they're going to be the shirt microphones. We don't have room for that. They're going to be the shirt microphones, but they're coming soon.
No, we need the ones that come down from the ceiling.
I know, 100%. It's got to...
No,
we're back here with a crank.
No, there's little hooks you could buy, bro. that like because we have a light like that in like the office area at our house, and it's just a little hook on the top, and you could like pull the cord and make the lamp higher or lower.
Yeah.
So we do that with microphones. We're talking like we're still not in the middle of this
No,
episode.
because they're going to be like, that's a stupid idea, but I don't care. That's a great idea.
Listen.
Kind of like a curtain. Not a curtain, but like kind of like a curtain when you pull the curtain and the curtain comes down.
No idea is stupid unless it's not tried.
Unless this rumor. Sure, makes sense to me. He's still sick, so whatever he says, don't take with a grain of salt.
I am kind of sick though here. You're right.
What happened on Raw?
What happened on Raw? So
I miss Stitch.
I bet half the people, all
all four views.
missing Stitch right now. Yeah,
Why do we talk bad about ourselves like that?
Stitch is a lot cuter though.
We had like 20-some views. Why do we talk about ourselves so negatively? We're supposed to be positive.
You know, I grew up, and one of my favorite comedians growing up was Rodney Dangerfield, and that was like one of his biggest things in his whole comedic like stick was he always made fun of himself and put himself down. And everybody loved it. So I just figured, you know what?
We gotta try it.
If people like love me or they hate me, if I make fun of myself, now I'm taking it away from you to make fun of me.
Like the end of 8 Mile. Well, how do we always bring back to 8 Mile? Like the end of 8 Mile.
Kinda. You know what I mean?
Like, you can't say what about me because I'm already saying it all.
What are you gonna say? I'm corny? No shit. I am. 100%. I'm annoying? Tell me something I don't know.
Tell me something I don't know.
See? See what I mean? I'm already there. You can't
say that bad.
No. You can't penetrate this.
Pause. What happened on Raw?
All right. So we're gonna start on Raw with apparently. I'm gonna say this how I spelt it, just so you can see how dumb I am.
We will start off. Adam Pearce wasn't there.
Adam Pearce wasn't there.
I looked it up. I guess he had some kind of health problem. Everything's good. I couldn't find the reason why, but he said it was just a health thing. But I'm good. I'll be back next week.
So see, me and Adam Pearce are both sick together. So I'm gonna read this how I wrote it because I'm an idiot. So Raw starts off with Rawlings, Braun Breaker, and Paul Heyman in the ring. Rawlings, huh?
Rawlings. That's Rawlings, huh?
Yeah, that's baseball equipment.
Hey.
Anyways, so we have Rollins, Breaker, and Heyman in the ring. Rollins is just doing a little bit of a spiel about, about what they are. He's the visionary.
I wish they would have come up with a... I mean, it's obviously it's too soon, but I want to hear the name.
I think they should have went with Dangerous Alliance and just kept.
That would have been cool. I heard another one, but I don't remember what it was, but it was dumb. Somebody said it online.
The trifecta.
Yeah, that was stupid.
Yeah, but someone's like Adam Pearce gave him that name, but like Pearce wasn't even there.
Right.
So stop lying on the internet.
That was all this. It was like, I have to be here? You're getting a dumb name.
Sammy ends up coming out, interrupts. Sammy and Rollins basically go back and forth. Tells Seth that he's a hypocrite. Says he hated on Punk, he hated on Roman for the bloodline, but he's creating his own whole thing. Rollins ended up kind of getting a little pissed being compared to Punk and Roman so much.
He was like, you got your wise man, you got your heavy. Like, he's not wrong.
No, not at all. Seth says that I kind of like how he said it though. That Seth says that he loves Sammy, but like either you're with us or you're in our way.
Yeah.
And like you need to make a decision. So basically, by the end of the night, Sammy had to make his decision, and we'll talk about how that went later on in the show. So next we have Rhea Ripley versus Roxanne Perez. A little bit of a spillover from last week. Julia ends up interfering in the match, causing a disqualification, and Rhea gets the win. Julia and Roxanne start going after Rhea, and Io Sky makes the save. Then they both get over on Io, and then Rhea comes back and makes the save again.
This is getting really good.
It's getting really good, and it's like two people who obviously respect each other with Rhea and Io now have this common problem. But those are like the two best women right now on the main roster, in my opinion.
Yeah, 100%.
Anyways, and then you have two of the best on the NXT roster. So I love it.
I love that they're bringing more NXT people up that aren't called up yet. They're just seeing how they do in front of more people.
I like this, and I like the other NXT woman that they're showcasing on Raw more. But she don't need to be involved in this
no, she's got her own.
Because she could probably stand toe to toe with Rhea.
That would be a match.
That would be a match. That'd be a hell of a match. Next we have Logan Paul, who, man, Dom Mysterio's heat went to Logan Paul, I think.
It really did.
Because that man can't say a word.
It really did.
He could not say nothing. He just basically starts talking crap about Jey Uso. And we kind of seen how this was... I don't know about we, because me and you haven't really even talked about it, but I kind of figured this was where it was going to go with Jay's first defense against Logan. I think
because I saw a tweet from somebody, maybe Sean Ross Sapp. There's not a lot of good heels right now on Raw, but Logan's probably a good heel to go up against Jey right now.
Yeah, and I don't think, personally...
The Battle of the Yeets, because Logan Paul's always like, I brought up Yeet before you did.
I personally don't see Jey losing to him.
No.
But I see it being a great way of putting someone that actually has a lot of heat on them against the top babyface right now.
100%.
And especially with like Gunther being like out for right now, suspended. And
For now.
I don't even want to talk about that. So next up, we have the War Raiders versus Judgment Day. As in Finn Balor and JD McDonough in his... Basically, it is his first match back
since his return, because he came back the week prior.
War Raiders end up hitting the War Machine on Judgment Day for the win. There was a bunch of people involved in that, to be honest with you.
Yeah, Penta coming out at the end was really... I mean, I understood why, but it was... And then he knocks off the thing on the table and does his little parka dance.
That's pretty cool, yeah. But, I mean, Penta was there to help even up the odds. It makes sense. But seeing the War Raiders and Penta...
That would be a team. I do like in the match JD did his moonsault that got him injured, and you can see him afterwards, like he like pounded his chest. He's like, yeah, I was able to do it. Like he got a little like emotional because he didn't almost died this time.
Listen, as a fellow human being with an oversized head,
I say Irishman.
I have a big head.
Oh, he's not.
I understand his pain. I can't even buy hats in the store. I gotta order mine online.
He's not Irish. What am I talking about?
Who, JD? Yeah,
yes, he is. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Maybe I'm getting your sickness now.
Yeah, he literally got trained by
Finn.
Yeah. Because there was no really training in Ireland. He had to go to, I think, it was but then Finn is the one that brought a training school into Ireland.
I watched the clip. I don't remember where he had to go to, but yeah.
Yeah, it was when JD was on Van Blay, right?
Yeah.
That was very... Anybody out there interested in watching that? That was one of my favorite interviews.
He just did one with Buddy Murphy.
I saw that. I didn't watch it.
I watched it this morning. It was really cool. He talked about Rhea for like half the episode.
I like how I saw a clip of it though. Like I like how he says that that he purposely now tries to be in the background of pictures.
Yeah, because the first one he's standing in the corner like holding the flowers, like looking all awkward, and he's like, yeah, now I try to do it. And
then they brought up the one about Walmart, and he's like, you looked upset in that picture. He's like, I'm not, though. He's like, I don't know what they did. He's like, I think they made me look bigger.
Yeah, he's like, I think the guy made me look bigger in the picture.
He's like, but that's why I love that one.
He did bring up a cool thing. He brought up doing like a couples combine, like a wrestling couples combine. Like him and Rhea, Seth and Becky.
I think that those two...
Tez and Bianca.
Ooh.
I was like, that would be the shit.
I was just going to say that I think him and Rhea would be the best, but Tez and Bianca...
Cross and Scarlett. He brought up Cross and Scarlett.
Okay, first of all, I saw a video of Cross breaking baseball bats with submission.
Yeah. You never saw that video before? I've seen that video's a couple months old. Yeah.
God damn.
Put him in because I think it's a BJJ submission, but yeah, he's snapping it because a lot of people that do that break their arm, and he was the first one to do it, like breaking the bat. Yeah.
I heard a rumor about him too. We'll get into that once we get to the end.
Okay. Yeah.
So next we'll go into we had a Becky Lynch promo. Basically in the promo saying that like how she hates Bayley. She's the one that attacked Bayley. Lyra comes out basically saying Lyra's friends with Bayley, so now she's Becky's enemy. All this is doing is set up, which it did, set up the Women's Intercontinental Championship match at Backlash. So we are going to be seeing Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria for the title.
Lyra's probably gonna still win it. I don't see Becky. I don't like Becky doing like the chicken shit heel.
Yeah, because she's not the chicken shit.
She's not. If she's gonna be a heel,
she needs to be like the badass heel. And I know she's not big, but I mean like
the man was kind of a heel. Like, do your man stuff.
Do your man stuff.
Do some of the man stuff. Don't do the chicken shit like walking away and then when Lyra's at the top of the ramp attack Lyra from behind. That's not what like heel Becky does. We've seen heel Becky before.
Yeah, no.
That's not what heel Becky does.
No, that fits more of a heel Seth.
That does fit more of a heel or a heel Charlotte.
I want a heel, like, Becky needs to be like a heel Roman.
Yeah.
Like, I'm still going to be a badass.
Yeah.
But regardless, that should be, like, probably it could be match of the night, to be honest.
I mean, there's only 4 or 5 matches, so.
It won't be hard. The bar is low. Speaking of fantastic women
I
wrestlers.
was going to say the bar being low. I was like, what?
Speaking of the bar, I miss them, by the way.
Yeah.
One of my favorite tag teams of all time. Anyways, next up we have Ivy Nile versus Stephanie Vekir. And Stephanie gets the win with the SVB.
That was a good match.
So happy with her.
Stephanie?
Yeah, being showcased more.
Yeah.
1,000,000%.
She's doing really good. That wasn't for the title. That was just like a show. I don't want to call it a showcase match, but it was pretty much like a showcase of like, hey, this is what Stephanie can do. I'm so glad she did decide to start in NXT and not jump up to the main roster. I feel like she would have drowned.
Who, Stephanie?
Yeah.
I don't know about that, man. She's too good.
She's good, but she wanted to... She did say she wanted to start at NXT because there's like a couple of things she wanted to learn. She wanted to obviously like get better with her English and stuff.
And she wanted to learn the WWE way of wrestling.
Yeah, which I feel like... I mean, she hasn't been down there long, but she's already caught on. Like, she's good.
But if you're a fantastic worker and a fantastic star, like, I don't think it'll take you long to figure it out.
Right.
I mean, look at Penta. Never worked in WWE in his entire life. Went right to the main roster, and he gets it.
Even so, the Lucha Brothers were brought up on Raw. It was really random when they were in the back with Gable. Gable said something about it, and I was like, "Is this a tease of like something that's going to happen?"
Those two against American Made.
That would be good.
That would be a fantastic match.
Yeah, that'd be good.
They need to get another luchador.
Oh, jeez, I wonder who. Not El Grande, please. Not.
No, I meant Phoenix and Penta would need another luchador.
I'm trying to think who they can get.
Viking?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, when they do it, that's going to be great stuff, too, when the AAA stuff happens.
Yeah.
There's rumors that that's going to be renamed NXT Mexico, and I'm like, please don't. Like, let it just be AAA.
Oh, yeah, even if you want to put NXT, like, NXT AAA or something.
Yeah, just leave it.
Just leave the AAA, though,
because
that's classic.
Yeah.
That's classic.
That's gonna be great when that stuff actually happens.
So, we have 2 backstage stands. That's it.
All right, cool. That was cool.
That's all I got. Hope you guys enjoyed. We have 2 backstage segments that kind of planted seeds for 2 different things. One was the backstage segment between Dominic Mysterio and AJ Styles, which I kind of wouldn't mind seeing that.
No, that'd be a good match.
That would be really good. And then also, when Cross stops and tells Sammy that he hopes he makes the right decision, the hair's
already back up. Like,
but yeah, that's two little seeds.
I don't know why I just thought of this.
What?
Let's just say Trick goes to Raw, and there's a Trick Cross. Does Cross put his hair in like thick dreads?
He probably could get away with it, to be honest.
He probably couldn't get away with it.
He could pull it off. Next up, we have the McAfee's interview talking about what happened with the whole Gunther situation.
Yo, that was a crazy segment.
Ends up setting up a street fight at Backlash between him and Gunther.
Is it a street fight?
I think, yeah.
I thought he said a straight up fight.
No, I think it's a street fight.
Well, regardless, the rumor that I heard is goes with this, and I pray to God it's not true. That Gunther's gonna obviously squash McAfee, and it's gonna bring out Goldberg, and Goldberg's last match is gonna be against Gunther. Because remember, he said he has one more match this year. And remember, what was that last year on like a Raw or something? There was the thing with Gunther and Goldberg when Goldberg was in the crowd.
I hope not. Oh yeah, when Gunther said that his favorite wrestler was Bret Hart.
Yeah, I pray that was funny, but I pray that doesn't lead to this. Obviously, something's happening because Goldberg did say he's having one match this year as his last match. Yeah, as soon as I heard that this morning, like my mood shot. I was like, I don't want to see him. Like, just take it back and just be done.
All right, that was a downer towards everything that went on. I hope that's not true.
I hope it's not true.
So basically, it's going to move to the end of the show. So Sammy ends up making his decision, and low-key tells Rollins that he loves him, but go to hell.
when Breaker and Heyman came out, I was like, oh my god, Breaker's here to destroy him. They came back and it was a match. I was like, I didn't hear anything about there being a match.
That was
really random.
But then again, in a no contest, because Breaker ended up just beating the crap out of Sammy the entire time.
I like how Sammy's like, you're pulling my heartstring because you know how much I want a world title and you're guaranteeing me a world title match. And
see, the funny thing about it all is like, this is one part I wanted to get into. You put these guys together. Heyman screws over the two of the biggest baby faces in your company, Roman and CM Punk.
Right.
Rollins wins the main event at WrestleMania. This should put him into the next stratosphere as a heel. No one's booing him.
No
one. Like, literally, Sammy is getting destroyed, and they're chanting for another spear.
They're asking, it's not going. They're going to have to change something because it's not going the way they want it to.
Because these two, like Rollins, I think Rollins will always be over. As like the good guy or the chicken shit heel, he's going to be over.
He's always going to be the Orton. Even when Orton was the heel,
but even when they tried to push Breaker as the bad guy,
they're asking for one more spear.
People still cheered him.
Yeah.
Even before this.
No, yeah, you're right.
But now that he's with Rollins and Heyman, they're not a bad group.
It's not doing what WWE wants it to do.
So I forget where I read it. It was someone on X, Twitter. They said they need another person in this group that could get heat and that could take pins because Rollins and Braun are too hot right now to take pins.
Who could it be?
That would make sense if it was Theory because
that would make sense.
Theory could take pins, and Theory did have a lot of heat being.
They want major heat.
Vince DeMort's chosen one.
Put Logan in there.
Oh, I'd be so mad. I don't want Logan in there.
If you want major heat, put Logan in there. It'd be dumb. He wouldn't. I don't see him meshing, but you want the booze.
I did hear a rumor, which I don't know how true it is though, that Cross could also be an option to put in that group.
That could be a good, but that's another one. He's getting so much love now from that promo that he cut.
But see, maybe that's what this is.
Did you notice
all these wrestlers that are literally organically over?
Yeah, they could.
But they could be bad, and nobody gives a shit because they'll still be over.
Did you see Seth go? Did he sell his soul to The Rock on the low? As soon as he walked up to Breaker, and I'm like, he's gonna do it. And he goes like this, and I went, he's doing more Rock stuff over this last couple weeks.
I don't think they have anywhere to go with him being with The Rock.
That'd be stupid, but like,
I think he's just mocking it.
He could be.
He's still calling Heyman Wiseman.
I don't like how when he stomped Sammy, there was way too many people in the ring. There was absolutely way too many people in the ring. Take half of those security people out. Because they're all like, Sammy's here, and they're all like, all behind Sammy. And in my head, I'm going, he's going to get stomped because nobody's on this side. Because there's 15 people stacked 3 people up behind Sammy. I'm like, you have too many people in the ring for this. It looks dumb.
True. I mean, I think it made its point, though.
It did make its point, but like, Breaker was in the wrong spot at that time, too. Sammy backed up on him. I mean, Seth backed up on him.
Oh, yeah, a little bit, yeah.
I was like, whoa, what are we watching here all of a sudden?
It's something for everyone, right?
I guess so.
It
was a cool way to end Raw.
It was. And it's excited to see where this is going, because I think there's going to be more people.
There has to be at least one more person.
I think Theory would be a good choice. I think Cross would be a really good choice, because both of those guys need something to elevate them.
Yeah.
For all we know, there could be 2 more people at it. We don't know how far this is going.
Yeah, we don't know how many people they're going to take. It could be an NWO situation where half the roster goes with them.
I mean, because we know Heyman's not wrestling.
Obviously.
So an average stable has 3 to 4 people in it.
3 or 4 wrestlers in it.
Wrestlers.
Yeah.
So there could be 2 more.
There could be 2 more.
I would love to see Cross get into it, though, because Cross has that same mentality of like, Braun is just your muscle. He's going to just...
Yeah, Braun's your heavy, yeah.
Rollins with the visionary and the future and blah, 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 and then Cross with his old mind games, mental things, it fits.
That could work.
And then Theory is just the young, up-and-coming, hey, you have wins over Cena, you have this, but what do you have to show for it?
That could
come with us.
Yeah, you have a win over Cena, you won the titles at Mania, but ever since you lost the tag titles...
You did nothing.
Come
with us, we'll put you to that next level.
Because there was that little thing with him and Heyman at one time, and he was when Seth was the Messiah, he was one of the disciples. Yeah. I think they were called disciples, but yeah.
After like AOP got released for the first time, I think that's when they.
No, I think this was before that.
No, he was after AOP and Murphy.
No, he was with Murphy.
No, AOP and Murphy.
Oh, yeah,
It was like after that because Murphy was still there.
Still there.
Murphy, I read something about this recently, and it was Murphy was he was still there, but he was in something with Rey Mysterio's daughter or some stupid angle.
He was trying to date Mysterio's daughter, and that's when the whole, like, they started doing the whole eye thing of Seth put Rey's eye, like, on the corner of the steps.
I remember that.
Yeah, that was that whole, like...
I try to forget Vince DeMort's booking, but... whatever.
Some of it wasn't bad. And in that time, it was hard, but some of it wasn't bad.
I mean, we could sit here for another hour trying to speculate who's going to be in this group next.
That could be a fucking podcast episode all by itself.
Who's joining Seth? Maybe that Rawlings guy.
Soth Rawlings?
Yeah, Soth Rawlings. It's a new wrestler. He's coming up now.
All right, so we'll end the rewind with NXT from last night. So Joe Hendry did accept Shawn Michaels' offer of going. He came out in the beginning, called out Trick Williams for what he did over the weekend. He didn't come out, though. Dark State came out and jumped Hendry, which was kind of weird. But then later on, Dark State did a thing of, yeah, that was your guy. You guys called him out, but we took him out. But it was just, I don't know, it was weird for them to take out, like, the NXT guy. I mean, the TNA guy. I still think somehow Trick is in with Dark State, like leading Dark State. Kind of the whole, hey, you guys have to beat me up so they don't realize that I'm with you.
Yeah, we've seen that before.
So the first match of the night was Ricky Saints versus Lexis King for the NXT North American title. Ricky Saints retained after hitting Rochambeau. After that, they showed up backstage because Noam Dar came back the week before, winning the Heritage Cup from Lexis King. But then Metaphor was talking. It was really weird. Like Metaphor broke up. It looks like No Quarter Catch Crew might be breaking up. But you had Chase Hughes coming back, so it was really weird. They're like breaking up teams, but bringing back teams that are supposed to be gone forever. I don't know. We'll see what's happening.
I'm glad Chase Hughes coming back though.
Yeah, I'm glad Chase Hughes coming back. Obviously, it's not going to be with like the same people, but Chase Hughes was always a cool thing.
That was another rumor that I heard that Pete Dunne was going to join Seth. It's funny that you just said that No Quarter Catch like.
Oh, because of
yeah.
What the hell's their team name?
It's him and Tyler Bate. Why can't I think about it?
It's something like, I don't know. It's right here. It's in here.
I'm just looking at birds.
It sounds like something like
That's what made me think of it, but it's not no Quarter Catch Crew. But
it's something like that. If only we had something to look these things up.
I don't know. I was just trying to get my way out of it by staring out the window. Did it work?
We could always cut this stuff out.
Who cares? What? Just so someone's not going to be able to talk shit to us about it?
I mean, he's going to talk shit anyways.
Yeah.
This doesn't even say their team name. Oh my god. I'm not worried about it. Whatever. Well, it'll come eventually. I don't know where. Where? New Catch Republic. I'm looking over here. No Quarter Catch Crew. I was going with the quarter. I thought it was something with a Q, but yeah, New Catch Republic. It still makes sense. He would be a cool one to go with, Seth.
Anyway, sorry about it.
Where are we at? Sol Ruka versus Carmen Petrovic. It wasn't for the women's North American title. But Sol Ruka won with the Soul Snatcher, which is still, I think, an amazing finisher. It's always going to be. Next was Hank and Tank versus Yoshiki Inamura and Josh Briggs for the NXT tag titles. Hank and Tank retained by hitting and I didn't realize this is the name of their finisher, the honk honk. Because they even go like that. Never realized it. They even go like, I was like, okay, all right, that's cool. Then there was a part, I said his name wrong last week, and I don't know why I always say his name wrong. Tony D'Angelo. I keep calling him D'Angelo De Niro from like way back in the TNA days. Tony D'Angelo came out to call out Stax for betraying and whatever else. Obviously, Stax wasn't there, but there was security, and security turned on Tony, but Tony D was like, hey, if you're going to do it, you're going to do it yourself. This is probably leading to Tony finally coming up because he's like one of the last ones from NXT 2.0 to not come up. And NXT 2.0 was how long ago? I already know.
It's been a minute.
It's been a long time. The main event of the night, Roxanne Perez and Julia versus Io Sky and Jordynne Grace. Io won with her over-the-top moonsault onto Perez to win. Jordynne Grace would be another one too. Jordynne Grace versus Rhea would be a match.
That would be a match.
That would be a. Rhea's like 170. But he was talking about it in the Chris Van Vliet thing. I didn't realize she's like.
She's strong as hell. You see some of the stuff she does.
Well, yeah, I know. I was like, he said that, and I was like, damn, she'd mess anybody up.
Even from that match when she like caught Roxanne and then like caught her and then put her up into a suplex position. I'm like,
yeah, some of the stuff she does is
like, goddamn,
phenomenal. But that ended the rewind for the week. So we can head over to the news. We can go outside the ropes, head over to the news. You have just as little as I do.
Yeah, I don't know.
Should we start with that or end with that?
With what?
The somber part.
Let's start with the somber part. I don't want to end in the somber part.
So last Wednesday, after I got done doing the recording for the day, I hop on Twitter. The first tweet that I see, Ric Flair tweets the passing of Steve Mongo McMichael. For anybody that doesn't know, Steve Mongo McMichael played for the NFL for 15 seasons, mostly with the Bears. He was a 2-time Pro Bowler. You may be able to help me with this part, because it said 2-time Pro Bowler, which I know, but then it said 4-time All-Pro. I don't know what All-Pro is, because it didn't say, like, I know the Pro Bowl, but I don't know what All-Pro is. Is that like
basically
a award, or not award, but like a...
It is. It's an award. It's like more of an Associated Press type award.
Okay.
It goes to the best players of the year. So there's like first or second team All-Pro, so they'll take the best players of all of that particular year, and then they get that distinguished of being that. The Pro Bowl is voted on by players, fans, and coaches.
Right. But the Pro Bowl is also like the game where you go before the Super Bowl and stuff.
Really, if you want to look at the grand scheme of things, if you want to look at the ultimate tale of a NFL star, like an athlete, All Pro, those type of awards, I think I don't think, but they mean more than Pro Bowl. Just because
that makes sense.
Yeah.
He won Super Bowl 20 with the Bears. He ended his NFL career with the Green Bay Packers. After retiring from football, he wrestled in WCW as part of the Four Horsemen, which I forgot about. Like, I remember him always being with Flair. I didn't realize he was in the Four Horsemen.
Yeah, I remember.
He was a one-time WCW United States Heavyweight Champion. I feel like there was wasn't there another football player that went with him too?
There was a lot of football players in wrestling.
There was a lot of football players at that time, actually. That was in WC. There was like a whole thing, but yeah, I don't know how old. I want to say he was 75 when he passed, but Ric Flair even said like that morning he went into hospice, and later that day is when he died. But we did want to take a minute here at DDTW to recognize Mongo. I remember watching him in WCW.
Me too. And he was a good commentator too.
He was a good, because he commentated after.
He was that heel commentator. Yeah. He was like the Jerry Lawler of WCW.
Yeah, he was well, no, Vince wasn't the heel commentator. Vince was like the newbie.
Vince was just heel behind the scenes.
Vince was heel in real life. But yeah, we just want to take our second moment of silence for Mongo for the passing. I only have a couple other things for the news. Do you want to go over a couple things that you have?
One of the things is that Liv Morgan is expected to miss a significant amount of time off due to a film.
They're saying this is a big role.
Yeah.
Everything that I saw after Raw, like the morning before, was like, when this comes out, you guys are going to be shocked how big of a role it is. So to me, that sounds like, I don't want to say like an MCU role, but to me, it sounds like at least the main role of whatever movie it is, not like a side character or anything like that.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting to see where this is going to go.
It's also weird to me that they just put, like, are they going to give up the tag titles? How long? Because she said she's going to be gone for a while. Are they giving up the tag titles? Or are they just not going to use it? Are they going to do what they did 5 other times before and just forget about the tag titles for a little bit?
Or they're going to end up losing them on an upcoming...
I think next week is when she starts... I think next week is when she's going to be gone. It's kind of funny because Dom was like, "Yeah, I need time off too. You know, I'm a champ. I need to leave too." And he's like, "No, what are you talking about?" He's like, "You're a champ. You're gonna be here more often now." That's good for her though. I'm glad she's getting out there. Indy Hartwell signed with TNA.
Yeah,
Indy Hartwell from NXT. She was NXT Women's Champ. She never got the call up, did she? No.
Yeah, she was up.
Oh, she was up and then she was one of the ones that came up and then got released, like pretty much right after. Dexter Loomis's wife.
Part of the Way with...
Part of the Way. I loved The Way. They were really cool.
Which way?
The Way. This way. They would do the weird, like, hand thing.
That was with Johnny Gargano, Theory,
and
Candice LeRae.
There you go. I'm glad you figured it all out.
But I knew it. I'm the one that brought it up.
I know, but sometimes I forget sometimes the Theory was in the way. They did just meet Candice and Gargano, seen her at like the Vegas airport or something. Like they walked by each other not realizing who each other were. And Candice was like, oh my God, that was Indy, and like ran after her because they were both doing like a vlog. Batista's now an honorary deputy sheriff in Florida. So if you get pulled over, you're getting a Batista bomb, not handcuffed.
That's new. Does he have a partner or does he walk alone?
He probably walks alone. Nobody wants to be his partner. No. He doesn't even want to be in the Hall of Fame.
He walks to that field of danger.
Oh my God. What else do you have for the news?
Well, congratulations should go out to Corey Graves and Carmella because they are expecting their second child.
So she's really not coming back.
Oh, not at all.
This is going to be her second release.
Not at all. He's busy too.
Oh yeah, he's busy.
He's been busy.
He's been busy.
Sly old dog, you.
That's why he's at NXT now, so he doesn't have to travel all over. He just has to go to NXT and back.
Yeah. Man can't pull out of a driveway.
Wow. The only other things I have are the thing that The Rock brought up a week ago when Dave LaGreca brought up we'll talk about it in the podcast, but the terrible ending to night 2 of WrestleMania, which it was dumb that The Rock had nothing to do with it. But the tweet that The Rock put out was, and I feel called out because he put, "Hi, Dave." Don't say hi to us.
Hey.
"Hi, Dave. The business is a complete work. Always has been, always will be. Every aspect of it, every match, every interview. Please join me, Cody, Cena, Brian, and the rest of us for our creative discussion so you can expand your perspective. Until then, stop ranting. It's not healthy, my friend. Enjoy the show. P.S. Tell Bubba I have Grand Marnier and Hush Puppies for all of us." You're on TKO. You're pretty much, I don't want to say the head of the company, but you're on the TKO board. You shouldn't come out and be like, "Hey, it's a work, it's all fake." Like you're trying to pull us in, and now you're telling everybody that doesn't know that it's fake, "Hey, it's fake."
Well, I think they're stepping in that direction too with that new show that they're coming.
I don't like that. I don't know if I'm gonna watch that. The WWE Uncut or whatever. They showed it like during WrestleMania. I honestly don't know if I'm going to watch it.
I'm probably going to watch it, to be honest with you, but...
Like, we all want to see the behind-the-scenes stuff, but to go to the writer's room is, like, too much. Like, somewhere it should be stopped, because that's when you're going to start... You got to stop, like... If you're going to go that far, use everybody's real names. Stop using made-up names. If you're going to show us every aspect,
I'm sure you'll have a lot of pushback from HBK on that one.
Well, he doesn't have to be on screen anyway.
Here comes the Heartbreak Kid, Michael Hickenbottom.
Maybe he would have got over more. You don't know.
Yeah, cool. Because somebody with the last name Hickenbottom is going to get over.
So to go along with that tweet, Jonathan Coachman, who was a commentator, I want to say he was like the GM. He was a GM at one time on Raw.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, he was.
He put out. He was a backstage commentator. He was on the table. He was on the table with JR and King. He put out a tweet: "Emergency take heading to the airport. We will continue to see the beef between Rock and Triple H play out in front of us. Ari called Rock, not Triple H. Triple H out in front of Mania, not Cody or Cena. Triple H already changing titles a week after Mania. Did Chelsea Green openly question not being used at Mania? Is that why she lost the title? Power struggle to me, it's real. It goes Rock, Ari, TKO execs, then Triple H."
They're really trying to, and I say they by the internet, they're really trying to push this narrative of Triple H and The Rock hating each other.
I don't see the hate each other, but I could kind of see where he's coming from, because Rock was like, "Hey," I guess Ari, I don't know his last name, who is one of the high ups in TKO, was like, "Hey, the chamber tickets are down. What can we do?" And Rock's like, "Well, I'll just tell everybody I'm going to show up." And that's what got the chamber tickets up. So then he shows up, and then he goes to the creator room and is like, "Hey, I got the tickets up. Now figure it out without me." But you just made yourself an integral part of the big story. For you to just show up one time and be like, "I did what I need to do. Figure it out without me. Now bye."
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm not buying into this whole The Rock versus Triple H thing.
I'm not buying into that either. If you're not trying to do the whole...
Because in the grand scheme of things, The Rock could give a shit less. And I don't mean this as an insult, but like, The Rock has so much other stuff on his plate right now.
Right.
Movies, appearances, all this stuff. Do you really think he's going to sit there and worry about Triple H? When Triple H, all he has is wrestling.
Right. I could see it from both sides, because if Rock didn't care, and they were like, hey, chamber tickets are low, he's just like, okay, I'm going to get my money from Terramina, I'm going to get my money from Zoa, I'm going to get my money from movies. So I could see him still caring, but then I could see the other side of, you came in to get tickets and then you dipped. And
what does it matter that the belts are changing hands? Like, isn't that...
I don't think that matters. I don't think Chelsea would question not being on WrestleMania, and then... I see that more of a Vince thing. Vince go, you're questioning me on why you're not at Mania? Cool, you're losing the title. I don't see Hunter doing that.
Why does everybody think every title reign needs to be 5 years?
Right.
Like, you could have shorter reigns. You could change a title's hands on Raw or SmackDown. Like, that's
right.
Okay.
I mean, when's the last... I miss seeing, like, the world title change on Raw or SmackDown.
Yeah, I mean, look at Mankind. He won his on Raw.
Right.
Like, why is that a big deal?
WCW ruined it.
Like, everybody needs to, like, chill out and stop trying to make these issues. Like, in the grand scheme of things, The Rock could never show up on a wrestling screen ever again, and wrestling's okay.
Yeah,
and 100%. The Rock is okay.
The Rock would be absolutely fine with that.
There's no power struggle with him and Triple H. I'd understand if The Rock wanted to be involved in everything, and Triple H is like, no, this is my shit.
Because I still think they're trying to pull from Mania last year, when they did the whole thing in Vegas, when Rock pulled up, like, the family, the bloodline, the tree, whatever, and... Remember Triple H was doing an interview in the back, and Rock walked by, and Rock was like, you need to fucking fix this. And Hunter's like, what do you mean, me? What am I supposed to do? You're the one that came in and did whatever.
For all we know, man, that whole story between him and Cody about him trying to take Cody's spot, that could have all been planned.
That could have all been planned. We heard that it wasn't, but we don't know the truth. We're never going to know the truth and stuff like that.
And that's the thing. Then you have a bunch of idiots online talking about things.
Welcome to the Idiot Podcast.
Welcome to the D&D Idiot Wrestling Talkers.
Welcome to 2 more on Talking Wrestling. That's all I have for the news. And those are just 2 little things I wanted to talk about at the end. We do have a shout out from last week's episode.
Do we now?
Yeah, from our stubborn panda.
Uh-oh.
She's got a comment again. I don't like your co-host. He's very camera shy, and there was no snappy comebacks. Bring back Dave. So somebody likes your snappy comebacks. One person out there likes your snappy comebacks. I did get a ramp put up so that we can get his wheelchair up here. He didn't want to put the oxygen mask on screen. He's struggling a little bit for air.
No. He says it's an oxygen mask, but I know he uses it for something else. There's a pump on the other end of it. I'm not sure.
Wow! I'm gonna have 3 promos this week now. Do you have any promos for this week besides the lady that tried to get money off of Stone Cold for running her over? You want to have a promo for your sickness, maybe?
I don't know. Fuck that sickness, though. I don't know if I have a promo. I don't even know if I remember anything bad that happened.
Probably not. You were delusional for most of the time.
I kind of was, actually.
I did have a promo for the weekend, but I'm trying to let that go. And it kind of involves you. From what happened on Saturday. But I'm trying to let that go because we know people are just trying to, show that they're supervisors before they're actual supervisors. But the actual promo, it's more of a preemptive promo.
Preemptive.
It's summer. It's getting warm out. Theme parks are opening. Work has the Knobles thing. I'm hoping wrestling comes to Hershey so we can con Amy into going to Hershey so we can go to wrestling. But the promos for people that want to walk in a anywhere even. This could even be a Walmart. But when you're walking and you automatically stop in front of me. I'm not stopping. I'm going through you. I don't care if you're 85 or 5. Because it happens a lot going to where I'm going to Disney next week. It happens a lot. I don't care how old you are. If you stop in front of me, I'm still walking. Sorry. Don't stop in the middle of the street, whatever. Go to the side. Go to the walkway. Go to the sidewalk. Tell your boyfriend that we're busy, man. We're trying.
It's ESPN, bro. That's. I'm just getting notifications.
I know.
We're in the heart of sports season right now.
I know. They had how many wrestlers were at the draft? I know of at least 2.
Exactly.
There's probably more.
So don't yell at Espen. All right.
Espen.
I like to make words.
Yeah, that was it. That was just my promo. If you don't have a promo.
I mean, I agree with you. with that sentiment, though.
I'm gonna keep going. I don't really care, and I've always done it, but it's just more of a preemptive.
What if it was me?
I'm still walking. I don't care.
But you will never walk through me.
I know. I'm gonna grab your hips and then pause.
They don't lie.
It'll be the breaker set all over again.
You know what grinds my gears?
Oh boy.
I just thought about this after what I told you this morning.
Is it bad I forgot what he told me this morning?
Of course, because you don't listen to a damn word that I say.
I was telling you stuff on the weekend, and I looked at Meatball going, Meatball, he didn't hear a word I said because he's on his phone.
That's a little revenge.
That's not a little revenge, it's the truth. What grinds your gears?
Why is medicine in general
expensive.
so goddamn expensive?
To go along with that, the commercials when they're like, you can get this medicine OTC, and I'm like, why is Roman Reigns? I'm like, over the counter. And I'm like, my wrestling head is like, why is Roman Reigns have anything to do with this medicine?
No, because Zach has allergies, so I decided to go to CVS for him yesterday to grab Allegra. Why am I paying $18 for a freaking small-ass pack of that shit?
For 24 pills.
And not even on top of that, on top of medicine, deodorant?
Well, first of all, you went to CVS for deodorant.
It doesn't matter.
It would have been cheaper at Walmart or Price Chopper.
But why does it cost so much money to smell decent?
Because CVS... Well, first of all, we're wrestling fans. We shouldn't smell decent, you know.
To go along to your point, it is summertime. It should
be cheaper during the summer.
And I know that it's expensive, but now I can go into my second part of the promo. It is summertime. It is warmer out. I don't care if y'all need a GoFundMe. I don't care if y'all have to ask me for money. I don't care if I have to literally whore myself out.
Whoa.
Every single person that works in the summertime, wear deodorant.
Please. For God's sakes.
Please, it's getting warmer. You know what? I'll take 100 people stopping in front of me as I'm trying to walk down the street, walk down an aisle. If you smell good, okay. But what is it with people these days and not wearing deodorant?
That's why I have spray axe in my car and in the locker at work. I keep it everywhere because I'm paranoid that I smell.
Hey, dude, if I smell bad enough, I'm gonna be like, bro, give me a spritz.
You'll know. I'll be like this trying to grab stuff, looking like a dinosaur, not picking my arms up.
You've been looking like Rex from Toy Story, but it don't matter because you're self-aware at least. You're like, shit, it's been 8 hours at work and I'm starting to smell a little iffy. So I'm gonna take care of that. What is it with people? Like, I don't understand. Like, okay, I know sometimes, like, okay, you might have an allergy to aluminum, right? There's aluminum in a lot of deodorant.
Not anymore.
True.
I will say it lasted longer when there was aluminum in it.
I don't know. Maybe it's against your religion or something. But how about this? Water, soap, something. I don't know. Like, people, y'all need to start washing and wash your asses too. Because, like, there's way too much shit. Literally, that we have to smell on a daily basis, especially with it getting warm out.
Yeah, and working in a warehouse. Yeah,
and you know what? This doesn't even like come off as like anybody that is. It hasn't happened to me this year.
Not yet.
Especially even at work, like being around people.
Right.
But we know it's going to.
We know it's going to happen. I already have one person in mind.
We know it's going to.
I already have one person in mind.
It's going to smell like dust in desperation at work. It's going to start smelling like Italian hoagies. And this is bull. Like, why do we got to put up with this?
You're not wrong.
Although I just complained about the prices of deodorant and your basic essential needs, people, if you know me, like I'll literally give you $10 to buy some stuff.
Go to Walmart. It's a little bit cheaper. Obviously, I mean, you went to CVS. I understand why it's more at CVS because CVS is like, you need this, you're already here. Sorry, you're gonna pay for however we make it.
Pro tip: if you're a bigger person, right? Women's deodorant works actually pretty good.
I have women's spray deodorant in the car.
I don't give a shit if I walk around smelling like lavender.
I'm still smelling better than...
I'd rather smell like flowers than...
Dirty Pit.
But... I don't know. Yeah, so with it getting warmer out, how about you move to the side, let people walk through, you don't own the street.
And put deodorant on.
Yeah,
definitely put deodorant on.
And that kind of stems from a thing that I saw about, like, was it Liv that said something about
Liv was like, you're all in line at, I think it was like the meet and greet or whatever, but she was like, but it's not her. Like, Drew said it.
Yeah.
I think Breaker has said it. There's been and I hate saying it because we're wrestling fans, but yeah, I've been in line when I would go get tickets for wrestling and sit at the arena in the line at Ticketmaster, I always smell onions, and I'm like, this is disgusting.
Bro, I woke up this morning, took Riley to school, came over here, but I still showered first. And I'm just coming to your house.
Right. Like, you could have just and been good.
Yeah, but, like, it's not hard.
It's really, I don't know why it's wrestling fans, man. Like, I don't know.
Unless you got rabies and you literally can't have water on you.
I don't know why wrestling fans and stank go along with each other, and it's really.
I'm sick of being a part of that stereotype.
I'm sick of being a part. Like, I would rather be known as being toxic in the IWC than my armpits being toxic.
I don't want to walk down the street. I don't want to walk into Target wearing a wrestling shirt, and all of a sudden people are just like, no, I don't want to smell that wrestling fan. No.
I mean, we've smelled it. Even going to shows, we've smelled it. You're like, God, somebody around here needs to put. And you look, and there's big man down here. You know it's him because there's flies around him.
We have Harvey Haas sitting there. You literally see the steam coming off of him. Like,
and it's green steam too.
I don't understand.
Yeah, that's one of the things I hate about wrestling.
And I'm not trying to shame anybody. I don't care if you're heavy. I don't care if you're
I'm heavy.
I'm a big dude.
Yeah, I'm a big dude. I'm a big back.
I'm sitting at about close to 220 right now.
I know when.
So if I don't put deodorant on,
put a little bit more on.
Yeah. So like, even if you are a little more heavy set, if you are pushing a little more weight, that's fine. I know some big dudes that smell good because they take that extra.
Yeah, because they put the extra on. They go through each flap and put.
Now we're body shaming people. Now
I'm 300 pounds. That's fine. It's not a big deal.
You're not 300 pounds.
I am 300 pounds.
You're like a wrestler. You're billing yourself bigger.
I'm 295. The last time I went to the doctor, I got on the scale to 295.
I'm also 6'7".
I'm a big back. I mean, I'm 6'3".
Well, I'm not, but
I hate when I look and it says 295. I'm like, damn, I'm not so big. But yeah, like, I know there's times where, like, I wake up right in the morning and I'm like, oh man, I need to put deodorant on. Like, first thing I need to put deodorant on.
No homo, I work with you on a daily basis and I've never smelled anything bad.
There's times where I look at you and I'm like, bro, I smell like, stay back a little bit and you're like, I don't smell, but like, I'm always smelling myself more.
Self-awareness.
Especially like going to PTS, I'm like, let me go get that deodorant first really quick and put.
Is that why sometimes I'm at work and I'm like, I want Primos now.
Probably. No, it's because you're working my meatball.
this man walking around has the provolone sweats. That's a... All right, I'm done.
We're getting out of hand. We're supposed to end with... I mean, we're not saying we're supposed to end with a positive, but...
Here's the positive. Live long and prosper.
I thought you were going to say something about Liv when you said Liv. I'm going to miss you, Liv. I know that.
Don't worry. You'll always be in his memories and his...
Pause! First of all, this is a child show. Let's not go there.
In his desk drawer, so...
I don't even have a desk.
You'll get one.
Those Coachella videos, though.
All right, thank you for watching.
That's why I did that. It was good for you to be... I'm not going to lie, man. It was good for you to be back. It was weird last week. And I don't want to be insensitive. We were going to start out a little differently, but I didn't want to with stuff that happened in the news. But I'm glad you're back, man. I missed you. It sucked doing it by myself last week.
Yeah. I felt like a part of me was missing last week.
And I'm glad we could do the podcast this week. Because it was weird not doing the podcast last week as well.
It wasn't the same. There was something missing. There was something different.
Yeah.
There was something different.
Yeah. I'm glad you're back. I'm glad you're better.
I like this talking. I like this interacting with our...
As I'm saying that as next week, we have to figure out what we're doing for next week. So.
Because you're on vacation.
I'll be away.
You'll be remote.
I will be remote. I told you, I'll do it in the woods. I don't care.
Just make sure it's hotter down there. Make sure you wear that deodorant.
I will. That's actually the one thing I have to put in the vehicle is deodorant.
I'm going to message you every single morning.
I'm going to send you a video. Spraying everything.
And I'll sell that for money.
Whoa. You're going to have to pay people to watch that, first of all.
You never know.
No, I do know.
I could find a little niche.
Hey, listen, as long as you split it 50-50, we're good.
60-40. I'm doing most of the work.
That's still, we're good. That's fine.
All right, cool. That works.
So, we'll see you guys next week.
Oh, yeah. See you guys next week.
Later. Bye.